Hello folks, welcome to Steve's Rocketry Workshop. Today I'm going to be doing a video explaining the difference between clustering, parallel staging, and multi-staging. I decided to do this video because I finally got one of my scratch-built rockets that I've been working on since April. I finally got it finished. It's called the Blue Dragon. It's a parallel staged rocket. A lot of people get clustering and parallel staged mixed up, and they also get parallel staging and multi-staging mixed up, so that's why I'm doing this video. First, I'm going to explain clustering. Now, this is a parallel stage rocket, but I'm going to explain clustering first. Clustering is very similar to parallel stage rockets. The only thing is, normally you're using a motor of the same size. So for example, this got 3 motors, a D12-3 and 2 B6 zeros. Sorry, a D12-5 and 2 B6 zeros. Now, if you were clustering, you'd probably be using 3 D12-5s or 3 3 of the same motor, and nothing falls away. All motors burn at the same time. They burn out at the same time, and everything comes back together in one piece. Now, parallel staging is like clustering, and you got different methods of two different methods of parallel staging. You got one where all 3 motors ignite on the pad, like clustering. But as it goes up, these 2 booster pods will burn out early. Let's see if I can get this on camera here. And this motor, the central motor in the core vehicle, this is known as the core vehicle, will continue to burn. But these 2 will burn out early and eject streamers, and these will fall away. And then this will keep on climbing. That's the first example of parallel staging. Second example of parallel staging is where you ignite just the 2 boosters and you air start the central motor. That's still parallel staging. Now, multi-staging, I will demonstrate with my Lodestar 2 here. This is a 2-stage rocket. I've seen up to, I think it's 7 or 8 stage, which is kind of ridiculous because it was pretty unstable. It's where you have 2 motors stacked on top of each other. You have the booster on the bottom that is ignited first, and then you have your regular motor like a C65 or C67, the one that has the delay in the ejection charge. What happens is, any motor that's classified as 0, B60, C60, C11, 0, D12, 0, A8, 0, anything with a 0 at the end, basically it's just the motor with the propellant. There's no clay cap, there's no good delay, there's no ejection charge. What happens is, as that motor burns, it builds up pressure, more and more pressure, and finally, the wall at the top gets too thin and it can't hold that pressure towards burnout, and it ruptures and sends hot gas and burning pieces of debris into the nozzle of the next motor, and that, ignites the next motor. This will fall away and tumble, and then this will ignite and go. So, multi-staging is where you ignite one motor, that motor burns out, and the burnout of that motor results in another, the ignition of the next motor. And this will fall away, this will keep going, this will return on. It came with an 18-inch parachute, but I put a 15-inch on it, so this will return on a 15-inch parachute, and this will just tumble to the ground. I have not flown this one 2-stage yet. I've flown it single stage. There's a video of this on my channel somewhere. I have not flown it 2-stage yet. I have flown my Hyperbat 2-stage, excuse me, and it flies pretty well. I flew it 2-stage on a B60 to an A83. I don't have the video because I didn't have my phone at the time to record. So, but it flew pretty good. It flew up to about 1,200 feet. Well, it's pretty high. It comes with a 12-inch parachute, and if you're going to do high altitude 2-stage flights, I recommend putting a streamer on the Hyperbat, because it is a BT-50. It's a fairly small rocket. It's a BT-50 diameter. So, like, I have streamers. These are BT-50 tubes for the booster pods with 18mm motor mounts for the Blue Dragon, and I have streamers in them. So they'll fall away and they'll come down close to the pad. Try to pack the nose cone back in, and the streamer came out. Yeah, both these have streamers. They'll both fall away at the same time. But anyways, that is explaining the difference between clustering, parallel staging, and multi-staging. Now, the example where I mentioned that you can start the 2 booster pods on the ground, the 2 motors in the booster pods, and they'll fall away, and the core vehicle will air start. That is actually a mix between parallel staging and multi-staging. It's kind of both. So I mean, if you hear somebody call it multi-staging and another call it parallel staging, they're both right. True parallel staging is where all three motors are ignited on the ground like a cluster, but the two boosters burn out early and fall away mid-flight while the core vehicle continues to fly. So, this has been Steve's Rocketry Workshop. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and keep calm. Launch on.